Welcome back, craft beer lovers. I'm going to try another beer out of this month's beer crate. This one's an interesting one, and I've got to have my tasting notes to refer to it because nothing about these guys is simple. This is a beer from Hop Dog, and I'm going to read. It says Hop Dog Beer Works. That's the company brewer. Psychedelic Lizard Wizard Spiced Belgian Pale Ale. That's a mouthful. And if that's not enough, here's what it says about the beer. It's a citrus and Szechuan pepper Belgian pale ale. And I'm just trying to cut to the chase. Pale gold and brewed with ale rye, wheat, acidulated malts, late addition of Szechuan and white pepper, blood oranges, ruby red grapefruit, tangelos, pomelos, kumquats, and double dry hopped with Amarello and mosaic hops. This is a beer. This beer is dry, tart, citrusy, hoppy with Belgian yeast notes. If that's not a mouthful, I don't know what is. So that gives the impression there's going to be an awful lot of flavour in this. I've had beers from Hop Dog before, and they make some good beer. Sometimes they're a little bit out there, but that's the way they like to brew. Nothing really traditional about a lot of their styles. So let's see how we go. Getting a bit too much head on the pour here, but my fault. Nothing wrong with the beer. It's well carbonated, but that's what it looks like in the glass. See if I can get my way through the head. Lots of those sort of nice, sweet, citrusy, sort of orange mandarin type smells, aromas around it. Obviously all that kumquats and stuffed blood oranges that they've stuffed in there. It's quite light, actually. I thought it might have been like a red or a strawberry sort of colour, but it's pretty golden. Looks like a sort of Pils. Great head, well carbonated, smells good. Oh, bam. Wow, there's a lot going on in that. I have to give it another couple to just get my head around it. Quite sour, actually. And that's all those sort of citrusy type flavours, but not pine, not like citrusy hop flavours. They're all the citrusy, tangy flavours. There's mandarin sort of grapefruity type tangy citrus. Sour but pleasant. Got a little bit of a fruitiness around it, maybe like a apple cider, that sort of thing. Maybe a dry, like a Strongbow apple cider, that sort of thing. Not really sweet, but fruity. Very refreshing. Easy drinking. Thinking like all the different things that are going through my head, like rhubarb and those sort of real melony type of citrus notes. Quite nice. Very, very different. Can't say I've anything like it. I guess closest thing would be something like Miss Pinky, that sort of sour, that sort of thing. Tart. Yeah, tart's probably a good way to describe it. Tart and refreshing. And now I think about with the pepper, it's sort of got a dry finish, maybe a bit like dry ginger ale. So if you can imagine dry ginger ale with some mandarin and grapefruit juice, and I don't really get the Belgian yeast. I'm not getting that through because everything else is quite sharp. But it's a great tasting beer. It's just hard to describe because there's a lot of flavour going on in it. Anyway, If you haven't had anything from Hop Dog before, these guys are on the south coast of New South Wales. Great place to be. This one's called the Psychedelic Lizard Wizard Spiced Belgian Pale Ale, and that's a mouthful in itself. I won't go through everything that's in there. There's a lot of stuff in there. Really refreshing beer, well made, nice and sharp, good taste, and certainly a good smashable summer beer if you're into your sours and things like that, which I know it's not a sour, it's a Belgian, but you know, I'd put it up there with the sours, that type of thing. 25 IBU, 4.79%. So that's what it is. I won't say it again. It's a good beer. Go out and try it. Because remember, life's too short to drink bad beers. Cheers.